Well, abortion was one of the many topics that came up during the second Leaders' debate. Labor leader Jacinda Ardern and National leader Bill English took two very different sides on the matter. Take a look.
Accept, Patty, that there will be people out there who disagree with abortion. I want them to have that as their right. But I also want women who want access to have it as their right too. This is about everyone being able to make their own decision.
No, I wouldn't. But I do support the law as it stands. It is rightly a conscience issue for Parliament. We would not make it a party political issue. But if the changes came before the Parliament, I'd be opposed to liberalising the law. But I support the current law. I would not set out to change it.
So is it time that we change the law around abortion? Family Planning Chief Executive Jackie Edmond joins us this morning. Good morning, Jackie.
Good morning.
Can you tell us how long the current law has been in place?
Since 1977, and it's largely remained unchanged.
And how does the process work? Tell us.
Well, it's quite a complex process, and so a woman would go and see their GP or maybe come to a family planning clinic, and then they would be referred to an abortion provider, and they would have to be seen a couple more times and see a couple of doctors, certifying consultants, and then they may have to come back for a further appointment to have their abortion. It is quite a complex process. It's time consuming. There can be delays for women to try and meet the legislative requirements.
And it comes under the control of the Crimes Act.
Yeah, that's the very bizarre part, and I think most New Zealanders would be very surprised to hear that, because it just makes no sense that it comes under the Crimes Act. Currently, abortion is managed by the Ministry of Justice. This is a health service, and it's managed by the Ministry of Justice.
How many prosecutions are there under the Crimes Act related to abortion?
Well, pretty much none.
Yeah.
In reality, there's none. And in fact, the providers do a fantastic job of providing a service within the current legal framework. But the fundamental problem is that women cannot make the decision with a conversation with their health provider and their family and their partner. They can't make that decision themselves. And I think women are able to do that.
And so essentially women and doctors are telling porkies, telling lies to get around the current law anyway.
Well, we sort of don't say that.
No, of course we don't, but everybody knows that.
But we know that it makes no sense that you have to prove that you'll have a mental illness if you don't have that abortion. In reality, women should be able to decide when and how they have their children. Well, and this shouldn't be a crime, and it shouldn't be a complex process.
Well, we heard Bill English, of course, in the debate, and he's made his position perfectly clear as a devout Catholic that he's quite happy with the law as it is. Do you think it's time for a change?
Yeah. Completely and utterly. It's like, I don't know how long ago, it's 1977. It really does need to change. And people think it's not broken. It is broken. It is wrong that it's in the Crimes Act. It's wrong that women have have this complex process. It should be a health issue managed by the Ministry of Health.
Are there any risks with decriminalising abortion? Family First says it may pave the way for late-term abortions or aborting on the basis of disability, even gender.
No, there would be always good provisions around those issues, and also other countries. We're very, New Zealand, we see ourselves as being very forward-thinking around human rights. We're actually very backward on this. Many states in Australia have decriminalised. Lots of countries have done this, and the world has kept turning. Abortions haven't increased, and those issues have been addressed.